Do you want your life to be more flexible? Do you wish you had a house on the beach? Do you want to travel more? Do you yearn for financial stability? Would you love to be your own boss? We all have a different dream life. It is literally so different for everyone. I help each person individually figure out what they really want. And then we work on your mindset and actions to start creating the life you've always wanted. So if you're interested, go to yoadriantalks.com, click on coaching, and check out all my different coaching programs so that you can start having the life that you deserve. Good Monday morning, my peeps. It's Adrian Talks. And today I wanted to talk to you about something that comes up a lot with my clients. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. And we all hit times and places in our life where we just have a huge roadblock, right? Like, have you been there when you're on top of the world, things are going great, and then boom, all of a sudden, maybe you quit focusing on something, or you get a lot of no's, or some fear creeps in, or you've been doing so well, and then boom, you're stuck. And what happens when you're stuck? You spiral, right? You start thinking, this is hard, I can't do this, or I just got lucky before, or all of those things, right? Like our brain just starts telling us all these lies and these things that, we believe because it makes it easier than to, keep going or figure out what's going on. So what do we do when we hit these roadblocks? So I kind of wanted to give you 4 steps that I think really help in getting over roadblocks. And I work a lot with people on these. So the first one is you need to be okay with it happening. I talk about this a lot, right? We try to pretend like it's not going on, those types of things like we're weak if we tell people we're stuck or we're not sure what to do, right? And that's not the case, you guys. There's tons of people out there who are stuck and who are worried and have these exact same things. So what we need to do is really realize that it is okay, right? Because I think about typical Americans, right? How are you? I'm fine. I'm good. Thanks. Right? Like they don't really want to know how you are. We just think we should say we're fine. We're good. They might want to know, but we don't tell them. Because that's just what we've been raised with, right? We're just supposed to say, no, it's good. Everything's fine. We're fine. But that's not what we need to do. We need to recognize that we're not fine for a minute, that it's okay, right? We're afraid that if this new thing is happening and we're sad we're not getting results or something like that, like it's okay to tell people that, like I'm trying something and it's not working for me, right? And being okay with that. So first, you've got to accept what's going on and how you're feeling. If you're afraid, stuck, sad, anxious, whatever it is, you have to notice that and notice where it's showing up. It hits all of us differently, and these feelings are very different. So, for instance, let's say that you get mad. Some people feel like the heat in their stomach and the tightness in their chest, and they want to say something mean, like right back. They want to react, right? We've all been there. That's reacting when you're just taking the feeling and you're just going with it and saying something right away. Now, remember another time that maybe an email made you upset and you still felt the same way, but then, people always tell you give it 24 hours. And if you're still mad, give it another 24 hours, right? Well, people are telling you that because they want you to respond and not react. So giving that time between the email, right, is what gives us the capability to respond instead of react. So when we're feeling stuck or we're hitting a roadblock, whatever feeling you're having, first recognize how it shows up in your body and then just sit with it for a while. You don't have to jump on whatever it is that's going on and react to it. You can take some time to just let it sink in. Like, this is what's going on. This is how I'm feeling. And it's okay. Other people are feeling it too. Then we need to find a way to let that feeling go. So you've got to figure out what works for you. A lot of people, in working with clients, there's tons of different things, but some people it's meditation. Some people it's exercise, yoga, massage, deep breathing. just thinking of you in your favorite place, putting your feet in the grass, hugging a family member or friend, petting a dog, whatever it is that can help you sort of release those feelings, like knowing you sat in them, you know that you have them, they're there, but then you've got to kind of let them go. Okay. So you've got to take that moment to find a way that you personally feel better when you're feeling overwhelmed or upset or angry or any of those things. And everybody's different on how they can handle that. And that's what I work with people in figuring out what's working for. And sometimes for different emotions, you need to do different things. Um, so you've felt your feelings and you've taken the time to distress. Now you need to recognize that you have control over those emotions that you place on what's going on. So when you're sitting there and in these feelings, like you said, like we just did, then you put those feelings aside, right? You do this thing and you kind of go, okay, I can put this aside for a minute, not forever, but just for a minute. So you got to take all this tightness, the heat, the weight. You got to make sure you've let it go, released it, and put it aside, because then you need to make a plan. Okay. Because what's worked in the past? What are you trying that's not working? How are you feeling when you're taking action towards this particular thing that you're stuck on, right? What steps do successful people take that have done what you're doing, right? Find someone who's successful if you can't remember, like, or if you are doing it for the first time and you don't have a time when you were successful at it. What's worked for them? How did they make it happen? How did they feel when they were asking? What steps did they take to build their business in this area? Find people that you look up to or that are doing what you want to do, and write down their answers and start making a plan that's going to work for you. I'm not saying you're going to do exactly what they do, but you're going to find a variation that works for you. So for instance, let's give an example. Like if you're struggling to sponsor in a business, right? I know a lot, like direct sales, right? This is a big thing. And we know that sponsoring, when you start sponsoring, anything that's holding you back in direct sales is going to go away, right? Like your team's going to grow, your paycheck's going to grow, all of those things. So let's say you're feeling like no one wants to join your team and you've asked everyone. I hear that all the time. I've asked everybody. Nobody wants to. So you might feel defeated, let's say, like this isn't working for you, right? So maybe you feel that weight on your shoulders, a little exhaustion, like your insides are just like liquid and you're like, whoa, droopy. So you're avoiding tasks because you just don't feel like it's happening, like you can't do it. So you do what relaxes you. So for me, it's like time outside or a massage or taking a few moments by myself. These are things that work for me. But like I said, you've got to find what works for you, what makes you just go and like release all of that. Whatever grounds you, right? Relaxes you. And then we start a plan. So make a list of who you want to work with. Why would someone want to join you? What do you like have to offer? Like, what do people love about what you do? And sometimes maybe it's, ask people who are on your team, what do you love about this? Getting information, understanding what you are presenting, right? Because sometimes we just want to tell them everything. And instead, we need to know what they want, right? Asking them, what do you want? And then using these different people's experience to say, oh, okay, you want the fun? Well, we have this conference and we have trips or whatever it is that your company has to offer, or we have our fun team meetings out, or whatever you do. That is fun, and you get that information from your team. And then when somebody says that, you don't have to present all the things. You don't have to talk about the commission and everything. You can just talk about the thing they're interested in, right? There's a plan. You're making a plan. And so that is huge, because getting the step-by-step process is what's going to help you move forward and be able to be like, okay, this is what I'm going to do so that I can get through this roadblock. So if you've done it before in the past, you probably already know what the step-by-step process is. You just maybe haven't been implementing it. Like I said, maybe it went by the wayside. Maybe you quit doing it. So you just need to pick it back up, right? And then this is the step that so many people miss. Can you guess what it is? I bet you can. You got to take the action, right? Fear is what's stopping you. And so the next thing you have to do to overcome this roadblock is you got to start doing something. So you've got your plan. Now, a lot of us like to write a plan and then we don't have to do anything, but you got to do the thing, right? So now you might start to do the thing and you might need to go back to the first step, right? You might start to feel those feelings again where you're tight in the stomach and the weight and the exhaustion and all of that. So allow yourself to feel that. And then you might have to do the thing where you release it again, right? Meditation, go for a walk, take a minute, feel the fear again. And then you've got to take the action, because you got to know this feeling is normal. Other people have been there. People are probably doing it at the same time as you, the same day you are. They're having the same fears. They're still trying to get through it. Somewhere in this world, someone is, right? You're not the first. You're not going to be the last to have this fear. So then you need to put it aside and take the action. And the reason I said you might have to go back to step one is you want to do these actions with belief that you can do it, right? When you're going to call the person, make the post the video, start the conversation, whatever it is, you've got to be ready to do it. So sometimes, like, I know what I do is I blast some serious 90s rap jams, right? Like, everybody who knows me knows I love Genuine Pony, right? So I blast it. Or some people do a motivational song like This Girl's on Fire or whatever, right? So you get that, and it's like you get to get up and shake your body a little, get excited. You're ready to do the damn thing. That's when you want to do it, because you want to be coming from a place of excitement, and a place that knowing that you can do this. So whatever it takes you to get amped up, do that. Have a cup of coffee, whatever it is. And if you're, so you've got these steps, right? We just went through them, but there's the last one. And this is the best one, because if you're still not feeling the best and you're still trying to take this action and you're stuck, you guys find gratitude. Be grateful. We all want to stay in our comfort zone, right? We've talked about this on so many podcasts. But look at all the things you've accomplished. Be grateful for the last time you were stuck and you figured it out, right? Be grateful, like in our example that we were talking about with like sponsoring. Be grateful for the customers you even have to ask, right? If they say no, it's not because it's anything against you, right? They get to make a decision, but you have customers to ask. Right? You found your first customer, and then your second, and then your third. Be grateful for that. If you have team members, be grateful for each team member you have, right? For the job you have, for the flexibility, for the mentor that you just talked to about, how they're doing it, and them sharing with you, right? Grateful. I mean, and sometimes, you know what? We have to get to, we're grateful for the air we breathe, the place we live, the people who love us, right? You guys, whatever you're looking at, all like we do this, right? We look at all the things we can't do or can't have. Flip that damn script. Look at all the things you do have. Look at all the things you can do. You guys are here listening. You know what that means? You want to learn. You want to grow. You want to do better, right? And guess what? That means you're in like the top 10% of people, because most people in this world are happy just doing the same thing and getting the same results. You're not. You're out there listening to things and doing things. So pat yourself on the back right now. I'm serious. I'm dead serious right now. Take your hand, pat yourself on the back, do it. Because my friend, you are on a serious path to growth. And yes, there will be roadblocks. There will always be roadblocks. But because you're here and you're taking the steps to grow, you're the one who can leap over or run around or knock that damn roadblock right over. And I know it. So I hope these 4 steps help you right now. I would love for you to share what your roadblock is and what your thing is that you do to get yourself ready to do something that feels hard, because I think a lot of people in our group are going to be able to relate to this. So you guys, flip the damn script and knock the damn roadblock right over. That's what I want you to do this week. So until next week, when Yo Adrian talks, realize the power is within you.
Hey, wait a second. Before you go anywhere, I wanted to let you know that I have an awesome class for only $57 that is helping people realize they can have the life they've always wanted. I'm loving the results, and I would love for you to join the class. Go to yoadriantalks.com and click on coaching. You can register for the class there. And when you do it before the end of November, as a Thanksgiving treat from me, you will get a free 30-minute coaching session. I'm looking forward to seeing you there.